Pupil's Book, Unit 2, page 19. 1. Listen. Where are the class going to camp? Name 2 places. Diversicus is in Sydney in Australia. The children are having a geography lesson.
Here we can study the Pacific Ocean with its wonderful sea life, the rainforests.
Oh, and in the middle of Australia, there are huge deserts where the land is very dry.
Yes, and we're going to visit the desert when we go on a trip for a week next Friday.
Are we going to stay in a hotel?
No. On the first day, we are going to camp in the woods near the beach.
Great! Next to the Pacific Ocean. And can we make a fire?
No, sorry. It's a national park.
Yes, and it might start a forest fire. But hey, there may be some interesting caves with rivers. Oh, what? Rivers? In a cave?
Well, they're very small. They're streams. Anyway, on the third day, we're going to travel to Uluru, an enormous rock in the Great Sandy Desert.
Oh, it's very special to the people there.
That's right. And we're going to camp near it.
Oh, in a desert? But what about stones on the ground? And are there wild animals?
Well, we need to be careful with snakes and spiders. But they won't eat you.
Pupil's Book, Unit 2, page 19. 2. Say the chant.
Environment, environment. Hills, land, ocean, stream, desert, stone and caves. Hills, land, ocean, stream, woods, fire and air.
Pupil's Book, Unit 2, page 20. Diversicus.
Diversicus, Diversicus, we're harmony in a circus us, where music, art and beauty don't stop. Acrobats and dancers under one big top.
You came back 2 days ago, and we don't know anything about your trip.
Yeah. When are you going to tell us about it?
Now. We left here after school last Friday, and we got to the beach at 8 o'clock in the evening.
Yes, it took 5.5 hours.
Huh.
Jim forgot his pyjamas, so we had to look for somewhere which sold them.
Yeah, that wasn't the problem. Sue Lynn found out there was a post office in town. She bought stamps and postcards, and then she began to write them.
We let her, but she spent an hour writing them before she sent them.
It was dark when we began to put up the tents.
I was inside my tent. Suddenly, I heard a noise outside, but I didn't go and tell Miguel. I explored by myself. A kangaroo appeared behind a tree, and I ran away from it.
Pablo was outside too. Jenny ran into him. They fell over and the tent came down.
Oh! Were you okay?
Well, we didn't break anything. We only cut our knees and elbows.
Miguel repaired the tent, but he wasn't pleased with them.
No, I'm not surprised.
The next day, Pablo and I lost a day. We stayed on the beach and Jim looked after us.
Yes, but the other days were great. We saw lots of amazing animals and some lovely kangaroos.
Oh!
Pupil's Book, Unit 2, page 20. 1. Listen and complete. Use 2 words. Then say the sentence. 1.
We don't know anything about.
2.
We got to the beach at 8 o'clock in...
3.
Sue Lynn found out there was a post office.
4.
She bought stamps and postcards, and then she began to...
5.
I explored...
6.
They fell over and the tent...
7.
We only cut our knees...
8.
Yes, but the other days...
Pupil's Book, Unit 2, page 21. Grammar Spotlight.
We got here a week ago.
We didn't visit Uluru.
Did you go away last month?
Pupil's Book, Unit 2, page 22. 1. Listen and match, then sing the song.
That was a dinosaur, but it's now extinct. All there is on this dry land are its huge footprints.
Butterflies and beetles, eagles in the air, camels in the desert, creatures everywhere.
I'm a special tortoise with black swans in the stream. Look after our environment, don't let us be extinct.
Butterflies and beetles, eagles in the air, camels in the desert, creatures everywhere. Everywhere. birds and beetles, eagles in the air, camels in the desert, creatures everywhere, everywhere. Creatures everywhere, creatures everywhere.
Karaoke. Sing the song. Pupil's Book, Unit 2, page 23. Look at the pictures. What are the problems? Listen and check.
Good morning, everyone. Now, today's science class is about the environment. What do you think our most important problems are?
I think there's too much plastic.
And there are too many cars, so the air isn't clean enough.
Yes, you're both right. Plastic and cars are big problems. What else?
In some countries, there isn't much rain, so there isn't enough water. The land is too dry to grow food.
And people are cutting down woods and forests, so there aren't enough trees.
And the temperature of the earth is getting too high.
Yes, those are all huge problems. What do you think we can do to look after our environment better?
There's loads of stuff.
Pupil's Book, Unit 2, page 23. Grammar Spotlight.
There's too much plastic.
There are too many cars.
The land is too dry.
There isn't enough water.
There aren't enough trees.
The air isn't clean enough.
Pupil's Book, Unit 2, page 24. 2. Listen and read. Answer the questions.
About 65 million years ago, Earth lost half of all its animals. Many people believe that a meteorite hit the planet and this caused the extinction of so many animals. Extinction happens when the last member of a species dies. Dinosaurs probably became extinct because of this natural disaster, but other animals are now extinct because of humans. One example is the dodo. Dodos lived on an island. When humans arrived, they hunted the birds and their dogs ate the dodos' eggs. Soon, there were no more dodos. Today, we try harder to protect animals, but many are still endangered. This means that there aren't many of them alive, so they might become extinct in the future. The list of endangered animals is very long, and it includes polar bears, gorillas, rhinos, and elephants. Animals become endangered for many reasons. Pollution and climate change are serious problems for all living things, but there are other reasons why so many animals are endangered. Hunters kill animals for their beautiful fur, and some even kill them for sport. Humans cut down forests and change rivers to build cities and roads. This changes the animals' habitats, and the animals lose their homes and food. These actions put animals in danger of extinction. We must remember that we share our planet. It doesn't belong to us.
Pupil's Book, Unit 2, page 25. 4. Listen and read. Write true or false. Correct the false statements.
Australia has lots of unusual animals, and many of them only live there and nowhere else. For example, kangaroos and koalas. These are both marsupials, animals that carry their babies in a pouch. Australia is also home to some very dangerous animals. It has more venomous species than any other country in the world. These include spiders, scorpions and snakes on land, and jellyfish in the oceans. The people in Australia work hard today to protect their unusual and special animals. They don't want more animals to become extinct, like the Tasmanian tiger. The last time anyone saw this amazing animal was nearly 100 years ago. It was a very strange animal. It had a dog's body, a wolf's head, a kangaroo's pouch, and stripes like a tiger. It walked on 4 legs, but it could also hop on 2 legs. It was the largest carnivorous marsupial on Earth. A carnivorous animal is an animal that eats meat. The Tasmanian tiger hunted at night. Unfortunately, Tasmanian tigers attacked sheep, so farmers hunted them, and now experts believe that they're extinct.
Pupil's Book, Unit 2, page 26. Literature. When Dad lost his glasses.
On the first day of March, we arrived on a plane in Sydney, Australia, where there's not so much rain. It was too hot for me and too hot for my dad, and Mum said, "This weather's the hottest we've had." Yes, the sun was so high and the sky was so blue and the air was so hot. Oh, what could we do? Let's go somewhere else, I said. Go somewhere cold. To the lovely blue mountains where they say there is gold. So we drove in the car on the very next day to the mountains that Mum said were not far away, and the caves that were dark and so quiet and cold, full of beautiful things, some new and some old. We walked and we talked in these Genolan caves, Mum, Dad and I and our guide, Mr. Graves. This is limestone, he said, with his hand to the wall. And it makes all these shapes, so big and so tall. Look at this, said our guide. Look up there, look at that. Here's one like a hill. There's one like a hat. Over time, these things formed from the water that fell. Do you like them? They've all got some stories to tell. We had a good time in these interesting caves until Dad said, My glasses! Mr. Graves! We looked for them here and we looked for them there. And Dad said, But when did I lose them? And where? But the torch on my helmet helped me to see. So I looked in the dark that was all around me. And I said to my dad, They're on top of your head. He put them back on and his face was bright red.
Pupil's Book, Unit 2, page 28. 3. Complete the notes with the words in the box. Listen and check.
Mr. Park, did you go on last year's school trip?
Yes, I did. It wasn't my class, but it was for 3 days and I went to help.
Did you go to Ocean and Desert World?
That's right. The children chose that part of the trip, so we went there on our first day. There are all kinds of fish and wild animals there.
Who went on the trip?
Well, there were 15 students in the group from class 6.
So you helped, but who was their class teacher?
Mr. Taylor.
How do you spell his surname?
It's Taylor. He studied oceans at university.
Can you feed the animals at Ocean and Desert World?
Yes, but not all the animals every day. For example, we wanted to feed the crocodiles, but it was 10 o'clock on the day we went, and we were too late. But we gave food to the sharks later that day, and that was really exciting.
Did everyone have to write a postcard?
No, they didn't. But there was some homework. It was a diary with a prize for the most interesting photo.
What did you do on the last day?
Now, was that the lake? No, it was the amazing cave. It was huge. We all wore torches on our heads.
Pupil's Book, Unit 2, page 28. 4. Listen and write the surnames of these children on the trip. 1.
That's Dan who's wearing the hat. What's his surname?
It's Jones.
How do you spell that?
That's easy. It's Jones.
2.
Is that Alice?
Yes, Alice Quinton. She was on the Class 6 trip last year.
How do you spell her surname?
Quinton.
3.
Did Lily Stewart go on the trip? I can't see her in this photo.
Yes, there she is.
Ah, yes. There are different ways of spelling Stewart, I think.
Yes, but her family spell it, S-T-U-A-R-T.